Israel, Russia has stepped up the attack in Ukraine. Ukraine is in panic as Russia has stepped up this attack and as all eyes are now focused in Gaza. In fact, the Russian military have doubled their numbers across key positions.
How can we forget about the other war? The Ukraine, 3 weeks since the Hamas period, Russia has in Ukraine. A series of massive attacks, as well as tanks and armored Ukrainian positions in the east of the effort to encircle the Ukrainian military command from taking a defensive posture actions. According to tough weeks ahead for Ukraine. This is Putin's response to Ukraine. The Russian president reported over a month ago. He counter-offensives along the one. Russia hopes before winter sets in. This latest escalation, the answer is simple. Western attention towards what's happening in Gaza, taken advantage of this situation, has poured in more men, balls in northeast Donbass, in southeast Donbass, at Avdiivka. Moscow, especially in the southern region, has reportedly started digging that it has so far been saying like Russia's winter air underway targeting Ukrainian and Kindia running. Fighting is underway in the city. It is located in the Donbass. Russia's renewed attack on the weekend of October 7th, that date, is particularly troops have reportedly diverted around the city. About 6 brigades and artillery power from other 2 Ukrainian brigades holding the city. Ukraine says they are defending the city, but Avdiivka is starting to become another Bakhmut. Remember, the battle for Bakhmut had become a prestige battle earlier this year. The fighting was so fierce it was called Bakhmut meat grinder. But Avdiivka actually holds strategic value. Let me explain. It is on a key route into the city of Donetsk, as close to the airport as it is to the northern suburbs of the city. The road system makes Avdiivka the gateway to southern Donbass. It is Ukraine's route to victory in this area. So if they lose Avdiivka, they will be locked out of the entire south. And whatever they have achieved in Donbass further north will count for little. And Ukraine is now deeply worried. Reports say that the Ukrainian offensive, which started in July, is almost over, without significant achievements. The perception in the West is that the war for Ukraine's survival seems to have reached a stalemate. Kyiv kept demanding more and more weapons, but Ukrainian troops have not been able to gain much on ground because of Russia's formidable defense. But Ukraine has been able to hold ground. Its situation is better than a stalemate. Kyiv's troops have inflicted losses on Russian forces recently. In 10 days, from October 10th, Russia's visually verified vehicle losses in Avdiivka were 109. Ukraine was able to inflict damage to Russian tanks, fighting vehicles and supporting units. And in the past week, its losses have not diminished. And they will certainly keep fighting, even if the wet weather gives way to freezing ground come winter. Experts say if Ukrainian troops don't buckle under current Russian pressure in Donbass, then the immediate strategic prize is to get within easy missile and artillery range of Crimea. Yes, the Crimean Peninsula that Russia annexed in 2014. If they succeed, it would make it too dangerous for the Russians to use Crimea as a military hub. It would be a major setback for Vladimir Putin. With only 2 land routes connecting Crimea to the rest of Ukraine and only 1 bridge over the Kerch Strait linking it to Russia, Crimea is inherently vulnerable if the Ukrainians get closer. Russian forces have learned some lessons, made some changes in their strategy after 20 months of war. They combine their forces better than they did now. They use air power much more efficiently now. And they are able to protect their logistics more carefully now. On an operational level, the Russian High Command still throws one unit after another into the front line. It has no reserve and it keeps piling troops into the battlefield. This has now become a war of attrition, a type of conflict not witnessed in the West since World War I and II. Wars of attrition are won by the side that persists, the one capable of mobilizing its industry and directing its capacity straight to the battlefield. From advanced digital systems to ammunition to boots on the ground. The Russians are making their efforts, and so is Ukraine. However, with Western support stretched thin by the ongoing war in Gaza, drawing every bit of attention away, can Ukraine really match up to Russia? It's a formidable challenge. WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.